Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the first episode of Life in Canada's Detroit. Today's story is about the Reptile King of Canada and my encounter with him. Remember, everything that happens in this story is real and actually happened to me. Without any further ado, I hope you all enjoy. Deep in Canada's Detroit, a small city just outside of Vancouver, me and my friends Connor and Ian were walking home after a long day of playing Pokemon Go. As we were walking down our main road, Connor split off from the group to take his route home. No more than 2 minutes later, me and Ian noticed a middle-aged man about 200 meters away hurriedly unloading package after package from a white van into what we assumed was his home. Thinking nothing of it, we continued walking. Little did we know who that man would turn out to be. As we walked past the man's van, he suddenly stopped in his tracks and turned to us. He shouted,
"Hey kids, wanna buy some reptiles? They're nice and green."
Stunned and bewildered, I looked at the man, turned to Ian, back to the man, and said,
Sure. What am I supposed to say? Sure. What kind of reptiles do you have?
But before I could even finish my sentence, as if the man had anticipated that answer, he yanked a cardboard box from the passenger seat of his van and presented it to us. Inside of this box, about the size of a watermelon, were two huge geckos. I'm talking like a foot long each, at the very least. Ian and I somewhat giggled at the bizarre nature of this whole encounter, and I half-jokingly asked,
How much are they?
$2 each. Me and Ian's jaws just drop. How the hell can this man make a living selling big-ass geckos for $2 each? I don't know much about reptiles, I'm more of an aquatics guy myself, but the price to feed them to that size has got to be at least $20. The man, clearly noticing how shocked we are, offers to let us see some more of his reptiles. Inside of his car. At the time of this encounter, me and Ian were only 16, so we both turned to each other and start thinking the same thing. Oh, so he's just trying to steal us and kidnap us, right? Okay. Well, as we turn back to face him, he has opened his van's trunk wide open, exposing hundreds of geckos, lizards, iguanas, you name it, just hanging out. Now, me and Ian just lose it, okay? We just burst out laughing. Because how in this world does one man own this many reptiles? And why are they just in his van's trunk? Without giving us a second to breathe, the man adds, "And I have a few tortoises that walk freely around my house, plus an alligator I keep in a kiddie pool if you want to see them." We start laughing even louder, and Ian falls to the ground, clutching his pained stomach from laughing too much. Of course, neither me nor Ian had a terrarium prepared for any reptiles, so after laughing, we politely decline his offer and continue on our way home. Just as we begin leaving, though, he shouts to us from his van, "Don't forget to tell your friends about me, the Reptile King of Canada!" Once I arrived home, curiosity got the best of me. I decided I would look up the Reptile King of Canada. So I typed it in, and 0 search results returned. I looked for reptile businesses in my city, nothing. Finally, I look up the address that he was parked at, and it turns out the man doesn't even live there. There is no trace of him online, no business registered under the name he gave us, nothing. The only one of my friends besides Ian who could back up my story was Connor, and he left just before we met the Reptile King. Everyone we told this story to called us crazy and never believed us. Not once have either Ian or I saw that man's face again, and now he only lives on through our memories. And that, my friends, is the story of the Reptile King of Canada. I realize that this style of content is very different from my usual stuff, so please give me some feedback in the comments. If you guys like it and want some more stories of Canada's Detroit, then maybe I could tell you about our city's plant activist and the homeless man who dry humps onions for street cred. I'm serious about that, by the way. There's actually a guy who does that. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please share this video with a friend. It helps out my channel way more than I could ever express. And hey, if enough people see this video, maybe we can finally solve the mystery of the Reptile King of Canada. And maybe even find out who he really is. Alright, I'll see you all next time.